Skadoosh.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Immediate Movie Reactions. I'm here after seeing Kung Fu Panda 4, the subtitleless fourth installment in the Kung Fu Panda saga series, because this one does not really continue from the previous two films, but is almost a direct sequel to the first film, which is, I think, what works in its favor. Before I do get started, I have a very quick story. There are three monks. This is related to the movie. So there are three monks that are meditating in a cave. They're meditating quietly, silently for a year, and then one day a dog runs by the front of the cave. A year goes by, and one of the monks says, "Did you see that black dog?" Another year goes by, and the second monk says, "It wasn't black, it was brown." Another year goes by, and the third monk says, "If you two don't shut up, I'm out of here." So, just a little bit of monk humor there. And it is related because this movie is about Kung Fu Panda now trying to find his place and, finding his inner peace, and his inner peace, his dinner and peas, his snow peas with a Hoisin sauce or something like that. I can't remember. This is a really cool film. I will be honest, I think that the original Kung Fu Panda is in my top 20 favorite films. I could probably argue that it would fit within my top 10. I absolutely love it. I think it's not just a great animated film. It's a good Kung Fu movie. And this movie picks up, it finally brings back that really cool dynamic action in the Kung Fu that we're looking for. It brings back the humor that I think was missing. I know I've seen the other 2 and 3, but completely forgettable. One of them, he has a family, I think, and they're little Kung Fu Pandas, little Poes. That is all completely thrown out, and we go back to him just kind of figuring out what it is to be the Dragon Warrior, except now he has to kind of ascend and pick his disciple, pick the one he's going to train to be the next Dragon Warrior as he becomes Ugwe. And, I think that Awkwafina is fine. I am pretty sure we've already seen her play this. Jack Black is amazing again in this. Dustin Hoffman is back. We do see a lot of the people, even though the Furious Five are not there, we do see Ian McShane back as Tai Long. And now there's a chameleon, a sorceress, who is trying to steal the power of all of the Kung Fu masters of the past. And I mean, this isn't a complicated film. I think that if you watch it at all, if you've seen any of these, you're going to know what's going to happen. But the set pieces, the action is fun, the humor is back. Mike Mitchell, who's the director of this, did a great job. If you look on his IMDb, man, he's done some shitty films, some really terrible films, and a lot of sequels that did not work. I am glad that this is one that did. It kind of hit all those right notes. Bryan Cranston is back in this. James Hong is back as Mr. Ping, though I would swear he did get credit. I would swear it was an impressionist doing a James Hong impression. If you had asked me a couple years ago, before Everything Everywhere All at Once, if I needed Ke Huy Quan back in my movies, back in cinema, I would have probably said why, right? But after Everything Everywhere All at Once, I think he's just been a string of really successful roles. He's absolutely fantastic in this. It's a kind of a minor role, but it's great to see him. Like I said, the Kung Fu is back. It does pull up a lot more of the wuxia and goes a little bit more into the mythology. I like how it expands the world, but it expands it a little more realistically as they have to go to Juniper City. And that's where we see the animation start to step up. I was starting to feel a little underwhelmed after seeing the latest Puss in Boots, where the animation I thought was just absolutely incredible, dynamic, new, exciting. It was kind of like, this is more of the same. The fur textures are okay. Overall, it looks fine. It didn't look bad. But as it gets into the city where things are a little more busy, you see the layers of the animation. You start to see some really where the details come in and seeing the textures on the rock. And I think that's all fantastic. Going back to the fight scenes, everything is clear. There's this one kind of black and white fight scene where he's opposed fighting in silhouettes, and it's awesome. It's so cool to see. This is a film I absolutely enjoyed, and I regret having waited so long to see it. So if you are a fan of the franchise and was kind of disillusioned by the previous two, I think this is a great return to form. See it, stream it, or skip it. I think we're kind of past the point where we're going to be able to see it. I can't imagine it's going to be in the theaters for very much longer. So when it comes out, please stream it. You don't need to see it in the theater, but it is still, if you're a fan of animation, if you're a fan of Kung Fu, if you're a fan of pandas, right, this is a great movie. Definitely go check it out. And I do appreciate everyone. I have to do it. I have to say, please like, share, and subscribe. My kids were kind of telling me that, hey, Dad, this is something you need to do. And looking at the research, it's something like 65% more likely that someone is going to do one of those things if you do ask for it. So I know it's strange. I kind of hate doing it. But there we are. Please just hit one of those buttons down there. And I will see you all after the next movie. I do appreciate you.